Hello, everybody in the lily pad land. This is Polly Ann of Alamo, and I'm here with my very first talking tutorial. I hope you guys like these because I like to talk and it'll be fun. I'm wanting to show you how I do it. You guys can have another way to do it, or you might just learn from this one today how to bring lots of fonts, alphas, and brushes onto your page to tell a story using words. I have already on the page, since you don't really need to know what I put on here, I have used some of Merjam's pink reptile designs, her passion for paper, and her It's a Zoo that comes out November 7th. And I've used her paper underneath her passion for paper because I love the stitches. See the stitches on here? But I've brought it down and then erased the stitches so that the lines don't go across my boys. I like the texture that adds to it. And I've also, if you look on my photograph, that's a normal photograph and I've used a multiply. I don't know if every program you have something different you can use. It's just a different way to change your picture that it's on there. But what I want to do right now is to show you some brushes that you can use. And I'm going to put the name of the zoo that we're at. It's called Alameda Park Zoo, but I'm just going to start it. And I am using the Shine Brush Letter Alpha, and I love them. Miss Nancy Janet's did these, and I've been gone for a little bit, but I love her work, and these brushes are just yummy. So main thing with a brush is that you need to have a new layer. You get putting a new layer, and I'm going to call this layer brushwork so you can see it. Brush work. That's just an empty layer. And I'm coming up to my brush, and I already have loaded them, so depending on how you load it, and I want a capital A, and you can see they're big, and there's different ways to change it, but I just put them all on one layer and then fiddle fart with them. I've changed the color also. I want it to match to this color blue. I like the blues that are here, and the greens are standing out to me so much that go with Pink Reptiles kit. But so I want to have the blue stand out real big, and so I picked that color, and I'm going to start all the way over with my A. I'm going to come back after I've got them all in, but actually here I'll do the next one so you can see. And a lowercase l, and I think I want it to be smaller because I don't like the size that sometimes the L's just are huge to me next to the capital. So I play with that. There's my Al. And you can go right over it. See how it kind of goes right over it? So it's like just in cursive. And then we'll magically come back with it all done so I don't use all my time. Ta-da! Alameda Park Zoo. I made them a little small. I did Alameda first, and it was very big and brought it back down. And then I did another layer for park, and I didn't like the way the cursive went with the R, so I used the large case, uppercase K, and then the zoo. So there's my Alameda Park Zoo. And next what I want to do is to add some fonts, and we have some incredible font work. Now you're going to find out if I'm saying the designer's names right. But Amber LeBeau, or LeBeau, I think it's LeBeau, I remember, has this font that I want to use. It's called Wannabe Teacher. There we go. So I put that over here. So I'm going to, and I've already installed it. So I'm going to, and I want it to go here. I'm going to make a text box to go in here. And I'm going to start writing it in there, but I'm going to use another font also that Heather has because I want to play with Heather's font and do a little color. So I'm going to mix the fonts, but I'm just going to type what's out there, so I'm going to use, it's kind of hollow, and we're going to color. So I'm going to show you how to color this. So let me move that out of the way. And like I said, I will put all the links to what I use on the underneath here, so that way it won't take up too much room. I'm going to begin writing. So get my little text box, and I'm going to begin writing, we went to the zoo with our pass. It is so nice to have a little zoo here in our town. And I'll come back when I've got the words all done. Okay, I have all my journaling done. And so now what I want to do is check spelling. Oh, I'm a horrible speller. So the only thing that's spelled wrong is oops. But I'm going to ignore that because I like oops. So everything is spelled right, and so I don't have to worry about that. I like the color. Now to get this color, I wanted it to match Pink Reptile's little monkey. So I click on it and I come over to character, to my font or character, and I click right on that, and I said, I want it to be, boom, same color as that monkey. And so that's how I changed it, and I have a select text color. It's on my other, I'm moving it out of the way. But that's how I got the color. I do it with each one. They might not be perfect. You can go and get the right the color and change it, do all that, and I'll show that in another tutorial, how to work more with your fonts, because I think they're just fun. And you can see that I've got them kind of at an angle, and because I print all my pages are 10 by 10. I print books. I do my pages, and I try to have my fonts be at least 18 point, and that's real important to me. And so, but I want to change some of these in here, and so I am going to raster size my type because I want to change some of the words in the type. And I guess I could go back, you could change that one. I'll leave this one ahead so I can show that one too. But I'm going to go in here and just erase the word zoo. Oops, I better get to the dee-dee-doo. There we go. And I'm going to just erase the word zoo. Okay. And then I'm going to go and get Heather's kind of hollow because I think it's going to be fun. And I guess I could have just changed that one now that I think about it, but this is what happens when you're doing it. I'm going to do all caps for her zoo. Zoo. And play with it. That's why I want to do it, because I want to be able to have it kind of a different. See, because then I can play. See, let me get bigger. And this is why. I want the zoo to be big. See that? And I couldn't do that if I was changing the type. So we notice the zoo was open. Now see what I want to take on here. Now I'm going to make a new layer and get a brush. I'm not using that. I'm just going to use a little teeny paintbrush. Ooh, that's too big of a paint. So I'm going to use a little brush. I like to get fun ones. Do these little ones here. Diddle-doo. And the color, I don't want it to, I want the, there's the brush showing up. I want the color to be like this green in Mirjam. There we go, okay? All right, so I'm going to get in there a little bit closer. I have a new layer. I'm not painting on where it says zoo. Okay. Oh, I erased it. I rasterized the wrong sum. Okay. And I'm painting in here. And I'm going to put it to multiply. See, I'm painting inside the actual AofA. And it kind of, it doesn't matter if you go outside. Ooh, watch my fingers. Because I'm going to go back and erase what I need to. That brush isn't working for me. Let's get a different one. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, that one works better. Fill that in. Yeah, get that little hummer right. And then clean up, clean up. Use my eraser, make it a little smaller. Clean that baby up. There, clean. I think I'm better with my eraser than I am with a paintbrush. Make it a little smaller. And I always like to use the fuzzy eraser. There we go. There we go. Okay. I do not know why that is erased. When I erase that rasterize. That's right, I'm going to do this. See if I move it over a little bit. Ha ha. There we go. I like it. Can you still see it erased? I sure can. Ugh, I don't like that at all. There. I just did a double one because it was... And since it's like that, now you get to see me clean up my mess. I'm going to clean that up a little bit. Well, you're right here. Erasing the... Okay. So, and then I'll go back in and I'm going to change a few different ones also. And it makes it a little bit fun. So hold on, I'll come right back. Okay, I erased and used another text for giggled and the word monkeys. And I haven't colored in the hollow part. And so I'm going to try this with you guys right here and see if it works. So I go to my text and I'm looking at here, there's no one in the front when it came in, but I think oops needs to be big. So I'm going to just change it to the hollow, kind of hollow. And it still works. So I can still do it like that. I kind of like making it bigger and it works for it right there. You can see my little monkey's tail's in the way. So, okay. So I move that over and then I'm going to color that in. And so I did not have to raster size this. So if you don't have that, you can just go in and highlight whatever word that you want and change that font. So it kind of changes up the fonts a little bit, your journaling, so it's not just the same font, but you can add a little bit more. You can also, if you erase like that, you'd be able to use the word art. Like, so I could take this word art from It's a Zoo here and just cut out zoo. I'm going to copy it, but I could take that and move that over here and cover up where that zoo was at. I have to move it up a little bit so you can see. And it's kind of neat to do that also because then you have it goes together. Get your eye moving. Zoo. The zoo was opened. I might just keep it like that, but I really love coloring it in. So I'm going to erase that for right now. And it goes together. So once again, to color in, all you have to do is make a new layer. And it's up to you if you want to do one for each layer that's on there. Change to a brush that you like to play with. And I have a color. There's the green I liked. And so I'm going to come in a lot more. I don't think that was my brush. That wasn't it either. It was a really fun brush, I thought. I think that's because that one's huge. Oh, there it is. Zoop. 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 And I really like it to be on multiply because it hides a lot of my mess ups. And you just color it in, get as close as you want. Color, color. I use a mouse. I know it'd probably be easy with something else. Look at that. Ooh. Kind of adds to it. And then the great erase, making it smaller. I'm amazed my house is still quiet. So it is Halloween day that I'm doing this, and the excitement for trick-or-treating is in the air. Now you see how I don't have it done perfect? I think that adds to it, especially in art journaling. Oh my gosh, I just think it looks so nice to color in. Okay, okay, there's my giggled, and then monkeys, and I'll color